Is that a bloody grave? So some of you may know we are going through a lot of changes within our lives at the moment. For one, we've bought this property with lots of sheds. It's got 10 acres of land and it's got a little house, so big change for us personally. But we're also selling our machinery dealership, in the process of that and getting all that sorted, so that we can come here and make pretty much a whole new life, which is big change. But I've done retail for 12 years and it's time to do something different. So we're in the process of trying to get this property sorted, and the land is boggy, it's weedy, it's rushy, fences are terrible, it's got stuff just everywhere. There's broken bits, the sheds are damaged, the valley on the roof of the sheds needs rebuilding, the lane is just completely, or should we say, washed out. So it's really horrible bumpy lane, and the house needs lots of work as well. But the house is livable, so we've already moved into the house, so which is great. We love living here. We're sort of 10 miles from any large town, so we're out in the middle of nowhere really, but we're still good access to main roads and things. So that's the best thing. But so lots of changes going on with moving house and with selling up the business. So I don't know when the last time I've had so much going on, but here we are. We're here, we're doing it. But there's one problem we've got at the moment, and that is water, and I mean lots of water. It has not stopped raining since we've been here. I don't think we've had an actual dry day since we moved in. So that means all the ditches, gutters, pipes, everything is all blocked, and I mean blocked, and I mean properly blocked. So we've got to do a lot of digger work. There's going to be lots of digger work content on here and on the Machinery Nation channel, because up through the field, the ditch is completely full. And then it just backs up from there all the way up through. And then the lane coming down into the farm is actually completely washed out, but all the water comes down to that, into a holding pond, and then supposed to be piped down in through the fields and into that ditch. But it's all blocked up. So the pond is actually overfilling and going over the top. And I just need to sort it out. So I'm going to grab a shovel, grab some tools, and see if we can sort that out this morning. And then, see if we can sort of make it a little bit better rather than the water running into the sheds, because that isn't great, and I'm not very pleased about that. So let's go and get some tools and then show you what it's all about. Right, so the holding pond is behind there, and then it's supposed to go underground, under here somewhere, and go that way. But as you can see, the water, it's not raining, hasn't been raining overnight so bad. So, but yesterday this is like a river coming down through here and going down there and down across the concrete. But the problem is, when there's so much water coming down, it's going here and then underneath the concrete and then into the sheds. Not great at all. So I've got my trusty Devon shovel. If you know what a Devon shovel is, that is a Devon shovel. Some people might call them something different. But I haven't used it for a while, as you can see. So it's time to shine her up. Oh yeah, right, let's go and see where this is blocked and if we can actually unblock it anyway. There's the ponds in there, and it's overflowing into this sort of trap here and then going out over there. So I'm presuming it's meant to go down through there. I guess there's another pipe there, which I have no idea where that goes. Right, let's dig and see what we find. Right, already going to stab a hole in it, and going down there. There's also another pipe there. They're perforated pipes. I guess that's meant to be coming this way. So there's a cattle grid there, so I'm presuming that's meant to be the drain for the cattle grid, but it's much higher there than the cattle grid, so something else to work out. Yeah, the water's going down it. Let's clear this out properly. Whew, time to shed a layer. Get a bit warm. I'm not used to this manual work. Gonna have to get used to that again, aren't I? Whew. Well, certainly shined up my Devon shovel there. Look at that there. Back in action. So yes, I just dug out all of that there. Someone had tried putting a grid there to stop the leaves and everything, but to be fair, that just probably hinders more than it's worth. But yeah, a fair bit's come out. And now, just letting it run clear. Look at that. Actually running and going down that big pipe. There. Amazing. So, this is going to be an ongoing problem. I can see that. We've obviously got to do stuff to the lane to stop all of the silt and rubbish coming down the lane. But obviously that pipe works, which is great. But there's a steel pipe by the looks of things, so that's not going to last forever. But what I'd like to do is put a drain higher up, so it's also got another one to run into in case that blocks. So it's got like a backup system. First rule of drainage, when you dig something out, don't stick it higher side, otherwise it's more likely to come back in again. Stick it lower side, so that just going to slump down here out of the way of the drain. So this is the cattle grid, which is, as you can see, absolutely full right up, so we're going to have to rip that out and clean that out at some point. Another job for the digger. Because if I hadn't already said, we are going to get a digger, because the amount of digger work we've got to do here is crazy. There's a lot of digger work to do, so it's going to be better to buy one and possibly buy one that needs doing up a bit, so we, do two things at once, which is great. But one that works to start with, just so we can get on and do some jobs, and then once we sort of caught up with the main stuff, then we can do it up as a, do it up and either sell it on or keep it or whatever. Buy another one maybe. But you can see why we bought this property, because look how overgrown everything is. Everything is super overgrown, and then up through there as well, just loads. So there's a oodles amount of, there's our little house. That's our house there, and that's our neighbours. There's just so much work here to do, and amazing for content as well. God, look at the colour of the beach now. Look, looks lush, doesn't it? Love this time of year. It's amazing. Apart from when it's raining, don't like the rain or the wind. Right, let's see where that water's going. Yeah, so where that water was coming down through is now, well, almost stopped. Just a little trickle coming through. So hopefully by the end of today, if we don't have too much rain, that will dry off fairly well. But what I'm going to do up through here, right? So obviously, like I said, the water is coming underneath this concrete and going into the sheds. Not great. Just, feel really bad about that. So I was annoyed that I didn't sort of find that culvert up in there before we done this. But what I'm also going to do is run a drain all the way through this concrete here, all the way up through as a sort of a third protection, really. So just run a perforated pipe with draining stone around it, and hopefully that will save any sort of future problems, because over here I can run it straight into a drain to go through the gate. So that would come along here, and then in here, which I'm going to dig out now, there is a drain there. So I'm presuming the water we just dug out from that pipe up there from the culvert comes down through the yard here somewhere and into that drain, and then goes down out there, and then the other side of those shipping containers there is where that trench is at the bottom, which we'll go down to in a minute. Yeah, so I've just gone and got me shovel again. I still don't know who this van is. I don't know who that van belongs to, because it's been there since we moved in, and well, I've never met the person who owns it yet, so there we are. Interesting, isn't it? Right, so more brambles, more clearing, more cutting back, more trees to cut out, just to pull back the land again. Right, Devon shovel time. So drain cover exposed, looks beautiful. Just bare blocks around the outside, and 2 drain covers. Let's see what's inside. There's a drain cover puzzle for you. Take that off. I'm going to have to review the video again to find out how it goes back together. Good news, I picked that up in one piece because it's revealed another drain cover underneath. 3 drain covers on one drain. But that is flowing. It's going down. So I don't know whether that's the water we've just come from though, because it doesn't really look fast enough. I was expecting there to be like a nice flow of water there, which when I came to lift it up, I was expecting to hear the water, like you could hear the water on the other one. But it's not flowing like I thought it would flow, so more investigation needed. Right, that drain cover's not coming up, but I cleaned it all off. It's running, it's flowing, but it's not what I expected, so let's go and have a look at some others. Right, so I found another drain cover in the middle of the lawn, because that's where we were just now, cleaning out that culvert, which I think now comes down through here to this one. So in here we have drain covers. Let's clear it off. Right, this is weird. It's not a drain at all. That is some decorative concrete in the middle of the lawn for whatever reason, I don't know. But that looks to be about 6 foot long by about 2 foot 6 wide. Is that a bloody grave? It's not a grave, is it? Bloody hope not. No, I'm sure it's not. There's some really random stuff on this property and some very weird decorative concrete everywhere. So much so that a lot of the concrete places where they've done it over the years has actually got the date stamped into the concrete. And the previous owner, called Mary, has put like Mary 2003 and things like that. It's everywhere. So some very random bits around this property, which is quirky. I like it. It's a big blank canvas. There's lots to do. So that is another job for the list. Dig out that bit of concrete and turn that back to lawn again, I guess. Unless we find something underneath. So you might want to subscribe so you don't miss out to find out what's under there in a future video. Scary. I found some more drains and the sun is shining. Look at that. We're actually outside without it raining. Amazing. Right, so drain number, what's this, 10? 3. Anyway, Wally, come here. I think Wally's been digging somewhere. Look at him, absolutely covered. You should have been digging in the, where I was digging, mate. You could have helped me out. Right, let's get this cover off. Right, so that's not helpful because the water is coming from up there. So I was expecting to hopefully see a pipe there, but no, this one comes from that side and then down that way into this drain there, which is running. Nice, and then onto another one further up there. Oh, James, where does that water go? I've come down the lower side where I said about the water I thought would come down underneath those containers and down through this gully here, which is full, and then go down through this ditch down through there, which adds up to me, how drainage works in my head. The water would come along the top of there and then straight down and out, get it away as quickly as possible, the less pipes. But it seems possibly it goes under the sheds, so the top sheds are all let out, so they're going to be happy now because they'll be dry again, which will be good. And so, but I need to speak to them to see if they know of any drain covers in under there. So yeah, the problem continues. So I'm going to next job is digger work. Look at those clouds behind me. So next job, have the digger, start at the bottom down there, that way, start there, dig all the way up through and work my way all the way back and see what we can find. So the nice thing is that culvert is clear and it's running. The water's going down it, so that's just good news. So I might just go out around there actually and have a look around that side just to see if there's anything there though. It's this used yard in here. Nice shed though. I love this shed. But all waterlogged. The whole yard is waterlogged. And as you can see, not been used for a while. Yeah. Look at that view. Yes. Every negative, there's a positive. Oh yeah. I cannot wait to get a topper and just start clearing all these rushes and taking it all down just so we can actually see what we've got. Because, until it's all cut down, you don't know, do you? So exciting. So the water drainage issues continue, which we knew was never going to solve all that in a day. Because, well, for one, the gutters will need cleaning out and everything as well. So there's going to be masses of content on this channel all about this property, because we've got so much work to do, we've got so many projects we want to do. Whichever way you look, there's stuff that needs doing. So it's going to be very exciting. There's going to be lots going on, so please consider subscribing. It won't all be about drains, I promise. It'll be about building stuff and creating stuff and creating the new workshop and cutting stuff back and topping the fields and draining the fields and making hay maybe as well, because Molly wants a pony, so I'm not buying hay. God no. So got to make that. And yeah, there's just loads of stuff to do. Rebuilding stuff like that. And wall there, look. See that? They decided to make that out of Sterling board or OSB board, which is chipboard, and it's outside. And we all know what happens to chipboard when it gets wet. Yes. Worst idea in the world. So we've got to resheet that, retin that. There's some stuff on the roofs we need to do. Yeah, there's so much. News is the original project this morning is all working fine. It's disappearing. But where is it going? So yeah, all very exciting stuff. But it's time for me to go and have my breakfast because it is only 9 o'clock and I need a cup of coffee. So please consider subscribing and we'll see you soon. Bye.